Hello there, thank you for stopping by and joining in on my 365-day note writing adventure. My name is Anna Delman. Welcome if you're new and welcome if you are returning for ongoing encouragement. It is day number 309, and as you can see on the whiteboard, I hope that is clear. I can't see in the camera exactly how much of it is being picked up, so I'll read it for you. The word I want to focus on today is tenacious, tried and true, no veneer. So the note reads as follows: how to cultivate tenacity in the adverse seasons of life. First, what is tenacity? What does it look like? It is the refusal to give up when distractions come and make circumstances overwhelming and hard. It's those adverse things that happen to all of us. Another thing that tenacity is, it's remaining and growing in determination to endure despite what those distractions, what that adversity is. Another point for tenacity is keeping your course, remaining persistent in your thoughts and actions. Friends, as we were talking about last week, going back to Romans 12:2, you need to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So much of all your functioning and all of your life, and you know this, starts with your mindset. If you have cultivated in your thoughts that you are determined not to give up despite the distractions that are around you, no matter the adversity, you will remain resolute and you will move forward. Then nothing will distract you. You need to recognize and name the serious nature of the adversity. What are those distractions? Identify them, name them, so that you can know how to respond to them. It could be something that is trivial, but it could be something that is a travesty. What is it? You want to keep those things in check so that they don't overwhelm your life. Once you've done that, you've identified it, you know that you need work to overcome, you need to come up with some strategy. The strategy is to grow your resilience through developing a proactive mindset. Goes back to what we were talking about last week, and as I've mentioned to you in this conversation, the Romans 12:2, the renewal of your mind. That is how you change. You won't change completely to be the strength of character that you want if that isn't the goal, if that isn't the determination. You also, in your strategy, need to accept changing circumstances and how to respond to them. What are your daily principles of care? What do you do? For instance, changing circumstances, an example from my own life. As I've been sharing over these 309 days, I was hoping to get back into a strong pattern of exercise. I wanted to get back into going for long hikes, long walks. I love doing that, and I haven't done it in so many years. I'm not able to. I'm not at this season, at this point, although it's been 18 months since my surgery, closer to 20 months. It's in August that it will be 2 years. I haven't reached that goal yet, and I don't know if I will. I need to be okay with it. I need to accept changing circumstances of my life. Now, the choice I have is to throw in the towel and say, I'm never going to regain that muscle strength. I'm never going to get to that kind of exercise activity and allow it to overwhelm me and consume me and have a pity party. Or I can accept the limitations, the new ones, my new normal. This is what life is, and still work at it slowly. But surely it might be another year. Maybe I won't go for a 5-mile hike. Maybe the 1-miler is my goal for this year. I don't know. But you don't throw in the towel. You adapt and you change according to the limitations and the restrictions that your life is placed in. So you need to establish daily principles of care. That was an example of exercise. It could be something different for you, and for me that was just an example. So the daily principles of care goes to how much time are you thinking the correct things, how much time are you thinking of the negative things. You need to evaluate the care principles you have in place in your own life. So you also need to grow a community of care. And for each of us, it's different depending on where you're at, what's your neck of the woods like, what's the community like, what are you looking for. That you need to establish. Now, if you're living in a circumstance where you're surrounded by negativity and there are no persons like-minded in what you want cultivated in your life, then the responsibility doubles down on you. You need to lift that responsibility and make it even more practical for yourself. Listen to podcasts, read the right books, Google things, find out what different things mean. Set those principles and those patterns in your daily life for you to build on. Tenacity is not a veneer. It's not something that's an eighth of an inch or less thick and just a tap on it and it will shatter and break. Of course, if that facade, that wall that you are building is strong in principles and the right quality, then it is protective. But it's not a fake facade that you're presenting to others, a veneer of completeness, of wholeness and having life all together, and just a little tap on it and it's like a wall of ice. It will just crumble, shatter, and leave you exposed to be a fraud, to be weak, to be pathetic and falling apart with the smallest of distractions or adverse things that come to your life. So what am I saying to you, friends? It will be down in the show notes, the scripture verses I'm going to share with you. Let's take a look at Joshua 1 verse 9 from the English Standard Version. And have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous, do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Now you take that and you link it to what we were talking about last week. You're on the winning team. You're on the winning track. So let's look at 1 Corinthians 15 verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain. Again, that veneer, that facade, make sure that what you're building is a true reflection of what your heart needs to be cultivated to reveal. Okay, let's take a look at Galatians 6 verse 9. And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up. Don't give up. Tenacity, don't give up. That means that you're like a pit bull. You hold on tight and you don't let go. You just keep biting, gripping, and you bite down hard for the truth's sake. And that the truth that you want reflected in your own daily functioning. I hope that is of encouragement to you. It certainly makes me think deeply about the reality and the sincerity of my functioning, of the goals I have in my life. And I need to make sure that there is no veneer, that what I'm presenting is the true showing of all that is dear and important to me and rests deeply in my heart. Until tomorrow, friends, take care and God bless, and I'll be back then for the ongoing conversation of what good, godly change looks like. Bye-bye for now.